It's time that we begin again now a review of our constitution to look at what works and what does not work. A rogue IEBC is another institution that requires thorough reform. You see 3 commissioners on one side and 4 on the other side. But if the 2 who remained with the chairman are not in there, the chairman is acting like a rogue. Like a rogue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga has repeated the same mistake that he made back in 2018. What do I mean by that? When Raila Amolo Odinga joined Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he had one sentiment, he had so many issues actually that he presented to him. And one of these major issues was to fix the IEBC completely. Why? He alleged that the IEBC of 2017 rigged the election, and as a result, Uhuru Kenyatta won. So we had the election being nullified. And Raila Amolo Odinga declared that he was not going to go to the repeat election because of one simple thing. The same IEBC that conducted the election was in place. So as a result, we noted that Raila Amolo Odinga did not participate in the election, and as a result, Uhuru Kenyatta won the election without competition. That is the repeat election. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga later on campaigned in the country and said, we are going to divide Kenya into 2. And he's going to see himself as the people's president. And of course he did that. But surprisingly, got into a handshake with President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So during this time, he had so many issues that he presented to Kenyans that he's going to share with Uhuru Kenyatta and sort them out for once and for all. And one of them was the IEBC, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which was led by Wafula Chebukati. Now, when he was given the chance to fix the IEBC, he went and picked a person related to Ali Hassan Joho. People alleged that it was his girlfriend, and brought him on board the IEBC. He went and picked some other members of parliament, some other commissioners within the IEBC commission, who actually were very close to him, who were 4 of them, led by Raila, who was the vice chairperson. And they felt like those were important and be able to report to him some of the problems and mistakes that are being done within the IEBC. During this time, Raila Amolo Odinga was very confident. He did not talk about anything. He knew that Raila and his team are going to fix the IEBC completely. But when these people got into the IEBC, when the results and the tallying, everything was being done, they did not know actually what was going on. First, they were not qualified. They were not smart people to know each system on how it's working. Second, they even themselves announced wrong results. Thirdly, we also know that they were just waiting for some mistake, rumor, not really necessarily something they could prove. So as a result, Ruto was announced, and still Raila Amolo Odinga came up with so many complaints, including the server being in Holland.
I want to say that I'm not bitter because the elections are not for Raila Odinga, it's for Kenyans. What we are saying is that we want an audit of these results. We want an audit of these results so that Kenyans can have confidence come 2027.
Chebukati says this is the most credible elections and he has no regrets.
Those are Chebukati's standards, which in my view are very low standards. Indeed, in my view, Mr. Chebukati is a criminal who should be prosecuted and sentenced to jail.
And that the people like Kamago Jose came and stole the elections for William Ruto, according to Raila Amolo Odinga. To an extent, Raila Amolo Odinga's chief agent declared Bomas of Kenya a crime scene. Ladies and gentlemen,
I want to announce to the nation that Bomas of Kenya is a scene of crime.
It was such a terrible moment that Raila Amolo Odinga, after having an opportunity for 4 years to fix the IEBC, he could not fix the IEBC. Indeed, he went ahead to complain about the IEBC after the 2022 general elections. If you can all remember, in 2017, he talked of the IEBC. 2013, he talks of the IEBC. And he talked of the IEBC. We even remember very well the former IEBC chairperson, Isaac Hassan, being fired or maybe resigning. Now in 2022 again, he talked about it after having a whole 4-year period to fix the IEBC. He did not know that the major problem was Chebukati. It was the person who was calling shots within the IEBC. All this time. Now, after the 2022 general elections, Raila also complained about the IEBC. And now he had a handshake with the President William Ruto. And we knew for once and for all is again going now for the last time to fix the IEBC completely. But instead, he has made the same mistake within the IEBC. I'm going to take you through on this video here which mistake and the impact of this mistake and probably what this means to the future of this country. But before I take you through, ladies and gentlemen, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly take a second or two and subscribe. And that's the best support you can always give me. For those who've been subscribing and putting me at the 6,000 subscription mark, thank you so much. Please, in the journey of going to 10,000, please be part of it. Now, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Raila Odinga has made the same mistake of bringing the relative of Junet Mohammed allegedly, and of course allowing William Ruto again to take charge of the chairperson seat. As we speak today, it's alleged by Miguna that the IEBC chairperson elect, the person who was appointed, who is going to be nominated now, who is going to be vetted in parliament, is a close friend of Josephat Nanok. He served in the Turkana County government as an attorney there. Then this gentleman, he has been is a cousin according to what I'm getting. But the fact is, he's a close person to Josephat Nanok. Josephat Nanok is a very close person to President William Ruto. As we speak today, he works in State House. He appears in all meetings of President William Ruto, almost all. So therefore, Josephat Nanok, as we speak today, has an influence, has brought a person to President William Ruto who is going to stand in the IEBC. He's a young man, and that makes it very dangerous now. As we speak today, if he's a relative, it's alleged, and if he's a close person to President William Ruto, once again, Raila Odinga has missed it. He has made a huge mistake. Why? We are going to have the same complaints coming from the chairperson of the IEBC. More especially if Raila Odinga is going to be on the opposite sides with the President William Ruto. And that means very well that William Ruto has outsmarted Raila Odinga once again in another test. As if that is not enough, William Ruto has again subjected Raila Odinga to a test where Raila Odinga failed by suggesting an IEBC chairperson who is a close person to Junet Mohammed. Junet Mohammed has suggested a person who has also as well, allegedly, who is close to him, and now is a relative and now is the IEBC commission. Meaning that the same game that was played where Cherera was suggested by Joho, allegedly, and then we had Jamagai and people that Raila Odinga brought that were incompetent and missed out the chairperson seat. Again, this time around, he has given out the chairperson seat, and he has also brought in a relative was allegedly of one of the associates of Raila Odinga, that's Junet Mohammed. A mistake and a test that William Ruto has made him to fail again. So Raila Odinga has been associated to again missing or maybe continuing maybe some form of favorism within the government. We don't have people who are qualified to occupy these seats. I always say it here that the seats like this one of the IEBC, for heaven's sake, it belongs to statisticians like us. People are qualified to deal with data. People are qualified to come and analyze things. People are qualified in computer issues. People who deal with people. I mean, that is best. IEBC is all about the data that you have, the interpretation that you make, the collection that takes place, because when you vote, data is collected and then taken for tallying, later on analyzed and interpreted. So these are basically things done by statisticians. But it comes to an extent where we're having lawyers doing it, an attorney, we're having judges doing it, people who are not qualified honestly to do the IEBC thing. But nevertheless, they have done it because they're the most influential. So Raila Odinga has been used once again to favor somebody to get to that seat. And most of the commissions that's going to be selected there will be Raila and William Ruto's people, simply to check on each other. But however, from this I'm able to learn two things. One, Raila Odinga does not trust President William Ruto still, but William Ruto has defeated him on how to cook things. Secondly, Ruto does not trust Raila Odinga. That's why he had to bestow the chairperson seat. Thirdly, the future of this country, the election is going to be in doubt now and then. Why? Already youths have been able to see that there was a lot of favorism within the selection panel. And the selection panel itself was also considered by William Ruto and Raila Odinga, which also is questionable. The fact is, there are no interest from these politicians to make Kenya a better place. Why? They don't subject to things to fairness, to the constitution itself to take its course. I don't know what's your take, I don't know what you feel, but let me kindly see on the comment section whether if you're confident with the current IEBC that have been constituted. But we want to tell the chairperson who is going to be vetted in parliament and most likely passed that the best way you can retire is by ensuring that the election in this country is free and fair. One way to make it good is to ensure that the votes for the presidency are counted and announced at each constituency level, so that by the time you're having the results at Bomas being declared and announced, already Kenyans are aware of what has happened in each and every constituency. Mathematics is done, and we know which constituency has won, which has voted for Ruto or not, and already we know the numbers. So as a result, we'll have the results which are genuine. And if there's any problem dealing with something at the constituency level, will be so easy, because we'll be able to tell, let's see the results from the certain polling station and let's compare with what was announced by the returning officer. As easy as that. And if someone was involved in some corrupt things, as a result, we're able to tell that this is the person and let the law take its course. My name is Abel Mukwa. On the comment section, please drop there and tell me kindly if you feel confident about the IEBC and if you think it's going to change these things in this country that we've been complaining about the IEBC ever since. More special now, we're going to have youths very active in the coming election. See you next time for more videos.